Nobody criticizes you as much as yourself. Nobody is thinking about you as negatively as you are. People are way too busy with their own lives and their own inner monologue. And because of that, it's time to stop hating yourself. There has been a voice, a conscience that has been with you throughout your entire life. It has seen and heard everything about you, about your achievements, your failures, the times when you made mistakes, the times when you brought joy to people's lives. And it's also been hard at work too, learning, training, internalizing behaviors that are deemed acceptable and unacceptable based on your own unique experiences. We like to think of criticism as an external force from the outside world, something that comes from people around us in order to measure our worth. And in some ways, it does show up through opinions about the way we look, how well we performed in whatever we might have been working on, how people perceive us and interpret us. And if we receive these judgments as being negative, then the little voice in our head does too. That little voice gets loud and will highlight specific moments in our lives where we failed and were subjected to these inner cages in our mind that prevent us from potential opportunities that are waiting for us. Sometimes we can get too comfortable in these bad habits and get trapped in this performative behavior that isn't authentic to ourselves. We have such a strong idea of potential rejection and fear that we're just so quick to identify these flaws within us to prevent or save ourselves from potential failure. Some of us also like to think that if we're extremely hard on ourselves, then we'll be motivated enough to achieve what we want. But I will tell you that rarely happens, because if we end up not meeting that standard in our head, we're done. We burn out, and we become even more critical ourselves than we were before. It's a vicious cycle. We justify it to ourselves by saying that it's protecting our peace, but it's not. It's preventing our potential. It's much easier to tell ourselves these thoughts. We love when we feel a sense of being right, when our misery is validated, when those that surround us say and behave in a way that just further reiterates those negative thoughts of, yup, I was right about me, I was right about myself, I knew I shouldn't have done that, I knew I shouldn't have said anything. So next time you find yourself being your own biggest hater, ask yourself this: where is this thought coming from? Is this something that I would say to one of my friends? Is this something that I would say to somebody that I loved? Because I'll take an educated guess here and assume that you wouldn't. What I do know is that if we treated and talked to ourselves with the same level of love, discipline, and respect that we show to the others around us, our idea of reality would be in a much more positive space to unlock our full potential.